Mickey Mouse or Red Euromouse? Can the might of Europa Park provide a viable option to Disney? You decide. Okay, let battle commence. I'm going to try and take you on a whistle-stop tour around the park. Try not to keep it too long. Going to incorporate all 17 countries, try and capture as many of the 100 attractions as I can. Stick around to the end. I'm going to show you developments they've got in place for the 18th country, so they've just announced. I'm going to have a look at that as well and run your comparison maybe against the Paris park. See what you think by the end of the video. Let's have a little poll. Put it in the comments, Disney or Europa. We'll have a count up, see what everyone thinks. Join us. So we're only mid-September, coming out of the 50th celebrations, and we're starting to see the signs of Halloween. I didn't think this would be up yet. We're going to be doing a video on that in the next week or two. You really need to see what they do here for Halloween. Outside of America, I don't think there's many parks that make the effort. We're going to head round now into France. Okay, vive la France. One of my favourite areas in the park. Do a quick swing round. One comment I suppose I would make with the Disneyland Paris, do they represent France to this level? This is incredible in here. Over the back we've got the Can-Can roller coaster, Madame Freudenreich dinosaur ride, got the espresso boats, multiple shops, obviously up to the tower, and then we've got a musical water show, especially at night, and one of the best places to get your food over in the French restaurant. They're twinned with the Italian, so you get a lot of pizza pasta as well. Come past the iconic Moulin Rouge. Little insider tip as you walk round the back here. Well, two actually. Those that watch the other videos will know these. Just get over onto this corner. Carry on down, we've got a 4D cinema down on the right here. They're showing Voltron 4D. But just at the end on the left, best private loos in the park, especially on a busy day. And the other tip as we head round the side here, if it's queuing like crazy on the coasters, head round the side here towards Silver Star, round the corner. I'll cut this out till I get round there. Pay €7, go do the 3D virtual reality version of Can-Can. It runs on the same tracks and cuts the queue completely. Silver Star coming in. We'll return to this later in the video. And around the back here, Phantom of the Opera, Coastality. This is where you come round to do the VR version. I think it's runs multiple times each day in the cinema here. Very well themed on the French streets around the back. And a retro arcade, which is quite cool. And around to probably my favourite area, Italy. Beautifully themed. Plenty to do around here. We've got the stage show over the back, Scala dell'Arte, which is a Italian themed variety show. All set around this big courtyard. I'll just show you around here. We've got the main Italian park Teatro, which has got a variety show, which I think is actually off now, ready for the new Halloween show. And in the corner by the gelateria, Canto Valiera, which you shouldn't miss. It's a really nice show. And the overhead ride Da Vinci. Not got much of a queue today. It can get a bit hectic up there. A bit quieter today. We're kind of in the transition between the seasons. Seeing far too many pumpkins for my liking. It's spoiling my next video. Then we go around the square. Over the other side we've got the newly refitted Castello di Medici, the ghost train, now Italian villa themed. Really great job. Got their horror shop on the side. It's a stunning bit of kit. And then this is the Italian restaurant, but it also doubles up straight through to the French one I just showed you. So same food, different setting, but you can sit around here, which is gorgeous. Over the back we've got Piccolo Mondo, which is like a Venetian family ride. Now we head across the beautiful canal into Switzerland. We got the Gletscherflieger, Glacial Flyer, and Matterhorn Blitz, which is horrible. It rattles your bones, this one. And then we come round into the main Swiss village, I suppose you call it, which is incredible. It's like they've literally lifted up an old Swiss village and dumped it into the park. It is something. Welcome to Wallace. Try and avoid buying chocolate in the Lindt shop. And at the end we've got the Bob Barn. I'll try and get a shot of that from above. Good little secret, this around the alley. Up these stairs, there's hardly ever anyone up here. It's a great place to have your lunch away from the crowds. See if I can get us in here.
Dan is er vuil bezoend. Dan moet je alles haast zoals ik zie.
And we head round the back to Greece, or the back part of it. We'll go around the front in a minute. Got to get yourself wet. This is the place to come. Again, a great job on the theming here. Everything blue and white. Feels like you're actually on a Greek island like Mykonos. Obviously the EP Express runs over Luxembourg up to the hotels. Very dramatic entrance to Poseidon. It's a great ride, this double drop. Silver Star in the background. Another good little secret round on the exit of Poseidon. It's this little ride, Flight of Cassandra. Those that have been to Effling will know it's a bit like a Villa Volta, but hardly ever any queue. No one really seems to find it. Come round the front of the Greece area. We've got a little shooter, Abenteuer Adventure Atlantis. And their main attraction on this side, which is the ice arena, where I think we've got 2 shows a day at the moment in this enormous ice rink. Well worth a visit. And of course you can win a toy. And we head round to the newest of the countries, Croatia. It's opened not that many months ago, and this is home to the flagship of the park, I think, which is the mighty Voltron. Brand new coaster. It's an absolute hooligan. Watch the video Man v Coaster if you can. Tried to get a mate of mine on this, didn't quite make it. Some great theming rounds here. Around the back there's a panoramic show in one of the domes. So this is the key to it. Queue time's not too bad today. Single rider's always worth a shot as well. Now we're heading round into Russia. Another very well themed area and home to my mate's favourite ride in the world, Mir. Another love-hate coaster. Got a few nice twee little family rides in here. This is the back of the Mir queue line. And this is now home to the European Mir space station, the actual one. You can walk through it. And above us, the hooligan. Best soundtrack in the park. Try not to get copyright strikes. That's why we've had a little pause. I've been fighting copyright strikes for the last few weeks. and a Russian train station. Another cool little family ride here. We head round now into Luxembourg. It doesn't have a huge amount, or it didn't. And in the last few weeks they've opened the Grand Prix, kind of like a 3D shooter ride. Been on it a couple of times. They do a big show here now as well. It's obviously home to the rotunda, like a roller coaster eatery where your food comes down on tracks, very American. A couple of fooderies and some park area here. But this is now the new feature, the Grand Prix Adventure. And we wander our way, as you might guess by the windmill, into Holland. Another very, very densely themed area. Go over the bridge towards the food loop. Little tip here, if you see the queue out on the bridge, don't bother, because it's hectic. A few family friendly rides at the beginning here. Bit of a rope jungle as you go into the main square. And this is obviously home to another one of their big guns, which I'll show you at the back. Okay, another top tip, secret cafe. See how busy it is in here? We're in the middle of Holland. The Moorland Cafe, the Windmill Cafe. Follow me. No one in here. I can prove it. Great little trick in here for a coffee. Now, I was going to show you the Dutch teacup ride, but they've already started converting it for Halloween. Try not to get excited, I love Halloween here. This goes full dark ride. Lightning, thunder, witches, all sorts going on. This is the back of the big gun. Bamboo Bay is a restaurant where you can eat overlooking their equivalent of Pirates of the Caribbean. Tell me what you think, which do you prefer if you've been here? Pirates of the Caribbean over in Paris, or Pirates of Batavia? This was completely burnt down a few years back and completely rebuilt. It is staggering. Got the Junior Club Studios, do some good kid shows in there through the day. And I know it's not a ride or an attraction, but Frietjes is the best chips in the park. Dutch chips, and of course Dutch mayo. And we walk our way up into another one of my favourites, Scandinavia. This is such a nicely themed main street going through. A few good rides in here, and obviously one of their other flagship coasters around the other side. And I'll show you a secret coffee spot in here, which is where we're headed now. So if you look at the main entrance of the Fjord restaurant, where all the food is, turn right. And here we have a little coffee bar. And we also have no one here, hence my coffee order. Go upstairs and there's a killer terrace. Again, hardly anyone up there, I'll show you. How cool is it up here? Come down the end here, this is another little secret on the bridge. This is the bridge you saw from outside. Look at this, no one in here. And then out. And then out onto the terrace, which overlooks, I'll not drop the camera, the back of the rapids. This will all soon be drained and iced for the winter wonderland. Okay, I suitably refreshed from my cup of coffee on the nice terrace up here. There's the bridge bit I just showed you, no one goes in. Good family ride here, dark ride, Snorri's Tour. Down underground through the tower. The dreaded pirate ship, which I've never been on and never will. Makes me sick. And this that's new, a pull across boat. I know you can walk over the bridge, but you get your feet wet. Something different. And we come back through the Scandinavian part into Iceland. Also home to the third or fourth biggest coaster here, Blue Fire. Another cool Main Street Iceland. A decent coffee house here as well. And a few shops as we head down towards the whale watching and the back of the Blue Fire queue. My poor old waistline. Build your own Magnum shop. Gotta be done. But the whale watching. Try not to get squirted with water. And over the back, the mighty Wodan timber coaster you see stretching across. It's quite hard to get shots of it off-ride. Let's see if I can get us a bit nearer. Definitely got one of the coolest entrances to this coaster over at Wodan. Don't you squirt me. Here it comes over the top. It's a hooligan. I'm gonna get wet. It's also one of the many stations for the monorail here. It's a good place to get on here. It's never normally too busy. You try it round in Luxembourg, they're always queuing up. There's a good kids play area and a small water park. See the monorail coming round now. And the lighthouse, you can go all the way up to the top as well. And we head round the back to beautiful, bright Portugal. They got a acrobatic water show here and a killer bar on the pirate ship they've recreated. And they're building a Swiss hut over there for Christmas. They do a fondue hut. And believe it or not, there'll be a big wheel right where that boat is. They'll board this all off and it's enormous. One of Europe's biggest comes in for Christmas. And again, this is somewhere on a hot day, should you fancy getting soaking wet. Again, you're in the right place. A little sneak preview for Christmas. The Swiss fondue. See if I can get my camera over without getting told off. So there's a kids' adventure playground area here with the shop. And the Magellan Lounge and Bar, which is not open yet. You can go up on the decks of the boat for a cocktail, and you can also go inside, a little bit posher up there. Over the back we've got Pegasus roller coaster, which I'm not going to walk round to, but it's a sort of family coaster, a bit more medium sized. And we come around the back of Portugal into, with the Rocket Man, hello España, Spain. One of the main EP Express stops here over to the hotels. Lots of food and drink in here, and come the winter, where there's stages, they do flamenco and puppet shows through the day. So an ice bar goes up, solid ice, absolutely brilliant. Over the back we've got the new show, Zorro in the arena. Not done that yet, I must admit, this season, but I'm sure we'll get to it. And one of the best restaurants in the park just round the corner. So this is Restaurant Don Quixote. Tapas style. It's shared with the Hotel El Andalus behind it. Beautifully decorated, and you can get to here from the park all day. You pay your pennies, but the food's excellent. They've got a new piazza here. They've got everything to my left burnt down last year, I believe, and it was all fully rebuilt. And we lost the Alpine coaster and the diamond mines, all rebuilt now. And this is a cool little bar and coffee shop as well. New ice cream stands and a couple of rides around the corner, which are a bit green inducing for me. Big kids play area here, like a water park. And you can cut through here to get to the hotels at the back of the park. Round by the Spain train station, get a little look inside the Ferrier wheel. I don't like this one, makes me feel ill. And although this one's vomit inducing as well, Columbus Jolly. It's a round and round ride, but you do get to go on Christopher Columbus's ships go round in a storm, so it is worth feeling a bit nauseated in my case. As you might be able to tell from the music, we've come round into Austria. Home of the newly built Alpen Express, a little monument here for the fire in 23 that burnt this whole area. And the little diamond mine, great for souvenirs in there. Round about we got the Austrian mushroom ride, family friendly. Another little top tip here, here's the queue for the Alpen Express. If you're feeling flush, if the queue's enormous, go to the right, pay for the VR, I think it's €4. You jump the queue, as you can see it's quite a big queue today, straight to the front, and if you don't feel like it, you can just take the headset off, hand it back, say I've changed my mind, and you get to ride it. Costs you €4. I think it's worth it. We've got the log flume here, again this was all rebuilt. It's a little bit more of a hooligan than it used to be. It never used to get super wet, but I've had a few good soakings on here in the last few months. A kids play area here. Around the back of the Austrian Sea House is their Viennese beer garden, very often with live music. Round to the entrance to the log flume and a well installed dry you off cabin. Queue line or lack of queue line for the log flume. Back of the Sea House, definitely one of my favourite places to come for lunch. Beautifully landscaped here as we come up towards the lake. Here is the Sea House. It's like a buffet style, but not too expensive, good quality food, and the view off the terrace is this. You tell me, Disney or Europa Park? I know which way I swing. I am a bit biased, I live here, but Josephina's boat rides, and on the other side you have the paddle steamer, follows a different route around the side, and at night we have the light and flame show, which shortly will be replaced with staging here, where they'll do the Halloween shows and of course the Christmas shows. We've even got a little rainbow. And the next area, again one of my favourites, of course, the Fantasy Woods, home to Arthur's Land, with a world-class award-winning indoor-outdoor coaster. Little bit Efteling vibes I'm getting here, always have done. Can't beat Efteling though for history, but they've done a great job here.
Wait, now I'm going to give it to you. With a piece of cloth.
Lose hours in here. Now I'm not in the habit of filming toilets, but come on, look at that. We come round to Arthur. Beautiful around the back here. This is the outside of the Arthur coaster. There's a whole indoor land, loads of kids, small rides, family rides. There's even a little vegan restaurant. You can get a cup of coffee. If you see the queue coming through those doors, perhaps give it a wide berth, as it can get very, very, very busy in this ride. Have a nice little tip: if you come out the ride entrance over here, turn right, you've got this little riverside bit. Not many people come down here. Good place to take your coffee or your sandwich, bit of peace and quiet. And we make our way round to good old England. Spent long enough trying to get away from it. But we do have brand new, very, very posh toilets now, with chandeliers and all. A Victorian carousel. Over the back we have Silverstone Grand Prix. The Three Piglets pub and restaurant. I'm presuming they do the cliched fish and chips, but I'm not sure. I'll show you another trick if you haven't seen this on the other videos. Paddington Station. Flagship here is obviously the reproduction of the Globe Theatre. Swing around the front in a minute, but if you come down the side of the fish and chip shop, over in the corner you have Sherlock Holmes's Lounge. No one ever in there. Coming round the front of the Globe Theatre, we're about to have a change in show, but this is quite something. It's on about 4 stories in there for the show. Over the back we have the sports bar and arena, which is like a bumper cars football with giant football. Haven't done that before until my mate came over. It was actually really good fun. It's all kind of at the back of the bar. Coming round to Victoria Square, back of Paddington Station, we've got Spot the Cliches. We have a London bus flying around in the air, a red phone box, a black taxi with Stephen Fry in the seat, and the round and round taxi ride. And on the back is a lake where we normally see Paddington Bear perching. And we come round to the back to another new addition, Liechtenstein. Not a particularly big area this. They've got a kind of walk-through area highlighting things to do with the country. And really the only feature here that they've put in, repurposed the boats, which no one goes on. Remote control boats and the balloon ride. Very cool. And that leads us on in a segue to Ireland. Again, we can play Spot the Cliches in here. I'm allowed, I'm British. Beautiful again down the river, natural river that runs through the town of Rust as well. Lots of kid and family friendly rides in here. The best lint shop on the site, and what I call Daddy Snooze Zone, as you can see. Completely worn out dads everywhere. Dragon Slide Tower. Coming round, as you'd expect, to Mackay's Irish Pub, or O'Mackay's. Lots of family friendly stuff in here. Try and avoid going in the best lint, buying a big bag of chocolates. And we have the Titanic themed dancing dinghy, highlighting the Dublin dockyard inside. Another bit of a green inducer for me. This will all be turned in the next few months into the Christmas markets all around this square. And that winds us round to the final country, of course, Germany. Lots of fantasy rides through the middle, lots of little water-based rides, and they've got their hub of beer and music around the other side. And the old-timers cars wouldn't be complete without a set of these. See Da Vinci in the background there. Fairy Tale Grimm ride all the way around, theme with the different stories. And over here we have Jim Knopf, the little train ride. Please watch Man v Coaster, my other video. This is where we ended up with my poor old mate who was sick as a parrot. Another great little boat ride here. Reisen ins Elfenreich. Journey into the Elf's Kingdom. Actually a bit of a dark ride on this one as well. Very old school Effelings style. It's good at Christmas, this one. All the pumpkins ready. Heading round into the heart of the old school German section where they've got their restaurant and live music and beers. Got a central fountain square, and I'll take you over the back to where it all started with the original castle chateau and its grounds, and the park kind of built out from there over the years. I'll take a very quick walk over to Schloss Balthasar, and these gardens are incredible. Dread to think of the work that goes into it, but again, great place to escape the hubbub of the park. Got a few acres of very well preserved manicured gardens, and of course we have every half hour a classical music fountain show in the middle. Want to treat yourself to a nice lunch? This is the place to head, over the back to the old original building with its terrace, lake, waterways, and of course the gardens. And if you don't fancy that, you can always see this guy and get a sausage. As we take in the last bit of these gardens round the back on the main river, and tell you a bit about the 18th country stroke area. It's not a great deal of info, but they're going to be building Monaco, which is going to incorporate a refurbished, I presume, Silver Star roller coaster. Hopefully some new features and attractions, so watch this space. I'm trying to avoid as much Halloween as I can, but it seems to be springing up everywhere. We will be covering that on opening day, hopefully. And we work our way round the Black Forest house, where you can buy your cheese and sausages on the way out, down Main Street, Germany, to the entrance. I hope I've done a fair job of trying to rush round bullet pointing the park in as short a video as possible. You can be here for days, weeks. We've been here a couple of years and we're still finding bits we never knew existed. There are so many more little knickknacks and rides. Voletarium round the corner. Here's another big dark ride. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a look, see what you think. Let's have a little poll in the comments. See if you want Disney or Europa Park. I'll try and have a total up, post it up in the next video, see where we ended up. In the meantime, from an in-between but glorious Europa Park, we bid you farewell.